Hi guys, this is Mr. Larson here. So we've been looking at the keyboard, but I'd like to take a look at now how what you see when you see a piece of written sheet music, how you translate that to what we were doing on the piano there. If you take a look down in between, we have these two things called clefs. We have the treble clef up there on the top, which is kind of a giant, almost ampersand looking thing. And then at the bottom we have the bass clef, which is low notes. Looks kind of like a sideways frowny face, sort of. And then each one of those comprises 5 lines. So we always start at the bottom. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines for the bass clef. And then for the treble clef, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines for the treble clef. Now, in between those two groups of 5 lines, we do have one extra line, which is where middle C is. If you watch some of my previous videos on the keyboard, you'll notice that I refer to middle C a couple times. It's near the middle of the piano, and you find the two, we head over here to the piano, you find 88 keys, so we look right at the middle, which is right in the center of your screen there. And next to these 2 black keys, off to the left, middle C. Alright. So, we're going to come back over here. That middle C is right there. You'll notice that it is not part of those 5 lines for the treble clef, and it's not part of the 5 lines for the bass clef. It is a line in between them. Those lines that are not part of the treble and bass clef we call ledger lines, and literally they are for measuring. So they're how far away from the other notes from the staff they are. All right. So C is 1 line below the bottom line of the treble clef, and it's 1 line above the top line of the bass clef. All right. Now, a lot of us know in the treble clef, the names of the lines are, we use the mnemonic, every good boy deserves fudge, referring to every good boy deserves fudge. The round things that are written on there, those are note heads, okay? And those note heads are, the line divides them in half, or they should, if you have better handwriting than mine. But every good boy deserves fudge. Those are the 5 lines, the names of the 5 lines of the treble clef. For the spaces, a lot of times we spell face. F, A, C, E. Notice they are in between the lines of the treble clef, and together those letters that are on the spaces spell face. We have notes above those 5 lines, and we have notes below those 5 lines. If you want to go above, you need to know the pattern that is the alphabet, the musical alphabet. So the bottom line is E, the space above it is F, the line above it is G, the space above it is A, B, C, D, E, F is on a line, so the next letter is going to be on the space. G, then the next letter is going to be on a line. A, the next letter is going to be on above the line. Well, it's a space. B, and then the next letter is going to be on the line above that. C. We have to have 2 ledger lines there because if there's only 1 ledger line, it's an A. All right? Down on the bass clef, a lot of us don't really know any mnemonics for the bass clef because unless you're a tuba player or a trombone player, we don't usually learn it. Some bass players do. All right? But there is one. Somebody I know made this one up. I forgot who. Great big dogs from Africa for the lines. And all cows eat grass for the spaces. But once again, knowing the mnemonic is only helpful if the note lies on or within those 5 lines of the staff. If it goes below them, like if you're a tuba player or if you're playing piano music, then you need to follow the pattern of the alphabet. So we're going to go back down the alphabet this time because we're going down. So we're going A, G is the bottom line. So the next letter backward in the alphabet is going to be on the space. F, E, D, and then C. All right, so if you're looking at written music, what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be looking at the note head. If you have notes that are different than whole notes, which these ones are just whole notes. If you have notes that are different than whole notes, like quarter notes, which are filled in and they have a stem either coming up or they have a stem coming down, those are quarter notes. Wherever the note head is, the round part tells you which pitch that it is talking about. The line coming off of it just tells you how long it is. Quarter notes, and then shorter than quarter notes, we have eighth notes. A single eighth note looks like that. Or if you have two or more eighth notes, they can be beamed together like that. One line or one flag coming off of it means that it is an eighth note. Okay. In between the quarter notes and the whole notes, we have half notes. Half notes are open with a line coming off of it. All right. So, whole notes usually get 4 beats apiece. Half notes usually get 2 beats apiece. Quarter notes get 1 beat apiece. Eighth notes get a half a beat apiece. And then it goes on. You can go down to sixteenths. If you're looking at 16th notes, then you're looking at 2 flags coming off of it, or two bars. And the 2 flags or the 2 bars going across tells you that it is a 16th note and that it is twice as fast as the eighth notes. The eighth notes are twice as fast as the quarter notes. The quarter notes are twice as fast as the half notes, and the half notes are twice as fast as a whole note. All right. If we look over here on the board, you can see kind of a visual representation. You see that the whole note up at the top has 4 pieces of paper. Once again, in common time, in 4/4 time or common time, the whole note receives 4 beats, so it has 4 pieces of paper. The half note receives 2 beats, so it has 2 pieces of paper. The quarter note receives 1 beat, and so each quarter note is on 1 piece of paper. The eighth notes are divided, 1 sheet of paper divided into 2, and the 16th notes are 1 sheet of paper divided into 4. So, a little bit of math for us, and a little bit of music reading for us. Once again, the names of the lines in the space just follow the alphabet, and it alternates line, space, line, space, line, space. The easiest representation of that is found right here, where you just go A is on the space, B line, C space, D line, E space, F line, G space, A line. Notice that A is on a space here and A is on a line there, because there are only 7 notes in the musical alphabet, A through G. The next time that you hit A will be on an odd number, so it won't always be on a space, it won't always be on a line. They alternate. In 1 octave, the bottom octave there, it's on a space. The next octave up, it's on a line. The next octave up, it's on a space. The next octave up, it's on a line. All right. Well, we'll end there with that, and we'll get back to more keyboard stuff the next time that I post. Have a good night.